Hello, welcome back to our channel. If you love simple, gentle home care, today's video will give you so many helpful tips. Lately, have you ever felt exhausted by how complicated everyday life can become, the constant chasing, the endless to-do lists, the pressure to keep up? And in those moments of overwhelm, you realize something important. What you truly needed wasn't more effort or more things. It was simple. A simple rhythm, a simple home, a simple way of living that makes daily life feel lighter instead of heavier. Maybe you felt it too, that quiet longing for a space that doesn't stress you out the moment you walk inside. A home that supports you instead of draining you. And that's exactly what this video is here for, to help you create a home that feels easier, calmer, and truly yours. So stay with me. Leave a little comment if you enjoy this kind of slow, mindful living, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you won't miss the simple home care tips I share every week. Now, as we begin the section called Starting Minimalism with Grace, let me share how I first stepped into this lifestyle gently, slowly, and with no pressure for perfection. And if you're just beginning, that's perfectly okay. Minimalism grows with you quietly and patiently. What helped me the most was accepting that there is no perfect version of a minimalist home. Every family has different needs, and every space carries its own rhythm. What feels peaceful to one person might feel empty to another. Instead of copying someone else's style, I learned to observe my daily routines, which items I reached for constantly, which ones I ignored, and which objects truly made life smoother and more comfortable. When the whole house felt overwhelming, I started with the easy places: closets full of clothes. I rarely wore kitchen drawers crowded with extra tools, stacks of old papers, or bathroom shelves filled with half-used bottles. Clearing just one small area gave me a surprising sense of clarity and motivation to keep going. A simple method that changed everything for me was the 30-day hesitation box. Whenever I felt uncertain about letting something go, I placed it inside the box and sealed it for a month. If I didn't look for it during that time, it meant I didn't actually need it. This little system helped me overcome the fear of what if I need it later, a fear that had been keeping my home cluttered for years. Through all of this, the most important lesson I learned was to focus on how my home feels rather than chasing perfection. Minimalism isn't about empty rooms or strict rules. It's about creating a space where you can breathe and feel at ease. Keep only what is useful, durable, and genuinely beautiful to you. Little by little, your home becomes lighter, calmer, and far easier to care for. Tomorrow, I'll share a new video filled with practical tips on creating a calmer, more organized home by trimming away the excess and keeping only what truly supports your daily life. Don't miss it. It's simple, helpful, and something you'll definitely use. And as I continued simplifying my space, another lesson slowly unfolded: understanding what truly deserves to stay. Next in this part, titled Choosing What Truly Matters at Home. Choosing what to keep at home becomes much easier when we follow the idea of less but enough. I've learned that we don't actually need as many things as we think. What we truly rely on every day is often just a small portion of what fills our shelves and drawers. I divide my belongings into 3 groups: items I use often, items I use occasionally, and items I never touch. The last group usually reveals itself very quickly. Things I once thought I might need someday, but never actually reached for. Letting go of those unused objects brings an immediate sense of space and relief. It also makes cleaning much faster because every item that stays now has a purpose. Another important lesson is recognizing when items overlap in function. Many households end up with multiple versions of the same tool simply because they were bought at different times or came in sets. I started grouping similar items together, then choosing the one that was the most durable, easiest to clean, and the most pleasant to use. Everything else I donated or recycled. It feels surprisingly good to open a drawer and see only the essentials instead of a pile of duplicates. Practical examples made this process even clearer for me. In the kitchen, instead of keeping several old pots with loose handles or mismatched lids, I kept one high-quality stainless steel pot that does its job perfectly. The same goes for knives and cutting boards. I chose one sharp, reliable knife and a sturdy board, and let go of the dull knives and the boards that were already worn or stained. These small decisions make cooking easier, faster, and more enjoyable. Minimalism doesn't mean living with as little as possible. It simply encourages us to keep what truly serves our life today. When each item has a purpose and a place, the whole home feels lighter and more supportive. Once I became clearer about what I needed, the next step was shaping the space itself, so it felt open, calm, and easy to breathe in. Now we move into the section called Designing a Home That Feels Larger. I've realized that a small home can feel surprisingly spacious when every piece of furniture serves more than one purpose. This approach not only reduces clutter, but also brings a quiet sense of order and calmness into daily life. One of the most effective habits I adopted was choosing multifunctional furniture pieces that can fold, extend, or store things inside them. These pieces make the most of limited space without sacrificing comfort. A bed with built-in drawers, for example, keeps blankets and bedding neatly hidden away, freeing up closet space for clothes and other essentials. It's such a simple change, but it immediately makes the bedroom look cleaner and easier to maintain. Another helpful strategy is organizing items vertically instead of letting everything spread across the floor. High shelves, wall-mounted racks, and sturdy hooks can completely transform a room. They draw the eyes upward and keep daily necessities accessible without occupying valuable floor space. Replacing a bulky standing cabinet with a set of floating shelves created a surprising amount of openness in my living room, making it feel brighter and more breathable. Color also plays a quiet but important role in how spacious a home feels. I've learned that furniture in neutral tones, soft beige, white, light wood, helps create a clean, airy atmosphere. These shades blend gently into the background and make the whole room look more cohesive. They allow the space to feel larger than it actually is without the need for any major renovation. Small, thoughtful choices often bring the biggest changes. A foldable dining table can turn a tiny corner into a flexible eating space and then disappear when not needed. Wall shelves replace heavy storage units. Multi-purpose beds reduce clutter from the start. When we combine these ideas, even a compact home becomes practical, inviting, and beautifully simple. And as the rooms grew lighter, I realized that the tools we choose matter just as much as the items we keep. Next, in this gentle shift into Smart Tools Simple Home, let's explore how choosing the right tools can lighten both your space and your daily workload. I've slowly shifted toward using smarter cleaning tools, things that lighten the workload instead of adding more clutter. Choosing the right tool saves not only time, but also energy. Before, I used to keep multiple cloths, buckets, and brushes, just because ads convinced me I might need them. In the end, they only filled my cabinets and made cleaning feel heavier than it should be. When I finally invested in tools designed to combine steps like wiping and wringing in one motion, I realized how much gentler home care could feel. Another thing that changed my routine completely was prioritizing tools that are easy to wash and maintain. Anything that takes too long to clean will eventually become another dusty object hiding in a corner. I once bought a trendy cleaning gadget with too many attachments. After a few uses, I dreaded washing all its parts. It ended up unused and more clutter. Now I only keep items I can rinse quickly and store neatly without fuss. Avoiding duplicates is also a quiet form of self-discipline. Advertisements often convince us that each new sponge brush or spray bottle will change our life. But most of the time, they do the same job in slightly different colors. These days, I stop and ask myself, do I already own something that works? Most of the time, the answer is yes. Practical examples have made this lifestyle feel even more freeing. A 360-degree spin mop replaced the old combination of towels, buckets, and endless bending. A small handheld vacuum now handles crumbs on the sofa dust, along cabinet edges, and messes on the dining table, things that used to require several tools. And a multi-purpose brush with a built-in spray bottle has made scrubbing the bathroom so much faster that I no longer postpone it. Little by little, simplifying your tools simplifies your life. With the rest of the home feeling more intentional, I naturally turn to the one place that affects our energy the most, the bedroom. Now, as we enter the section called A Calm Bedroom begins with less. I always start with color because it sets the feeling of the entire space. Soft, gentle tones open up the room and prevent that heavy, cluttered look that darker shades sometimes create. When the walls and bedding feel light, the whole space naturally feels calmer, almost as if it's encouraging you to slow down. I remember repainting my room in a warm beige after years of bright colors, and suddenly it felt like the chaos in my head eased whenever I walked in. Keeping only the essentials has also made a noticeable difference. Bedrooms easily collect dust because they're full of fabrics and little objects that seem harmless but quickly become a burden. I used to keep too many small decorations, candles, frames, trinkets from trips. They looked sweet at first, but they trapped dust and made daily cleaning feel exhausting. Now, if something doesn't serve a real purpose or bring quiet joy, it doesn't stay. Choosing fabrics that are easy to wash is one of those underrated decisions that makes life smoother. Materials like cotton and linen don't just breathe better, they wash and dry quickly, making weekly cleaning much less of a chore. I used to buy decorative pillows covered in delicate fabrics, and although they were pretty, they were difficult to care for. Switching to simple, washable materials has saved me time and frustration. Small, thoughtful choices also shape the room. For example, using 2-layer curtains, one sheer and one blackout, allows me to control sunlight throughout the day while adding a soft elegance to the space. Keeping just one bedside table for my lamp and phone stops me from piling up unnecessary items. And placing a simple fabric basket in the corner gives me a place to tuck away extra blankets or pillows so the room stays tidy without effort. A simple bedroom doesn't feel empty, it feels intentional, warm, and deeply comforting. And after creating a calmer space, the next layer of comfort comes from keeping the home fresh, clean, and softly fragrant. In this next part titled, Keeping Your Home Clean and Fragrant, we'll explore simple habits that quietly elevate the freshness and comfort of your home. Sometimes the simplest habits make the biggest difference, especially when you want your space to stay clean and smell pleasant without spending much. For me, everything begins with scent. I always choose gentle, natural fragrances because they create a sense of ease the moment you step inside. Strong artificial scents may feel impressive at first, but they often become overwhelming. I remember once buying a heavily perfumed air freshener that filled the entire apartment. It only gave me headaches. Since then, I've stuck to light essential oils and natural aromas that blend softly into the background. A few drops of lemongrass oil in the living room not only keep the air fresh, but also help neutralize food smells after cooking, especially on busy evenings. Another habit that changed the atmosphere of my home is taking care of hidden sources of odor. It sounds simple, but regularly cleaning the trash bin and bathroom drains makes an enormous difference. For a long time, I used to wonder why my apartment felt slightly stuffy even after I mopped the floors. Only later did I realize the smell was coming from the drain under the sink. A quick weekly rinse with hot water and a bit of baking soda keeps everything fresh without costing anything. I also love using natural materials because they instantly make a room feel more refined. There's something warm and grounded about wood-woven baskets, cotton fabrics, and dried plants. They add texture and elegance without cluttering the space. One of my favorite discoveries was hanging a small bundle of dried eucalyptus in the bathroom. The scent is subtle, relaxing, and gives the room a spa-like feeling every time the steam from the shower touches the leaves. Simple tricks keep the whole house fresh, too. Sprinkling baking soda inside shoes or the refrigerator absorbs moisture and removes odors overnight. Little habits like these cost almost nothing, but they make your home feel cleaner, calmer, and more luxurious in the most effortless way. Over time, I also discovered that simplicity doesn't always mean buying less. It often means reimagining what we already have. Now as we move into simple living through reuse, instead of throwing something away immediately, I ask myself, can this become useful again? Many times the answer surprises me. For example, those clear plastic fruit boxes from the supermarket used to go straight into the trash. One day, while reorganizing my vanity, I realized they made perfect little trays for sorting lipsticks, cotton pads, and hair clips. They were sturdy, stackable, and transparent, better than the organizers I almost bought online. Glass jars are another favorite of mine. Once they're cleaned, they become beautiful and practical storage containers. I use them to store sugar, salt, dried herbs, and even leftover sauces. Their simple look adds a cute touch to my kitchen shelves, and I don't have to spend extra money on matching containers. Over time, these small habits have made my kitchen feel more cohesive and intentional. Fabric bags and paper bags are also treasures if you know how to use them. I keep the prettier paper bags from bakeries or gift shops and reuse them for wrapping small presents. They look thoughtful without costing anything. As for fabric bags, they're incredibly handy, perfect for storing seasonal clothes lining drawers or even carrying books. I once used a thick cotton tote as a laundry bag for months, and it worked better than the plastic bin I had before. These little acts of reuse don't just save money. They also remind me to slow down and appreciate the value of everyday objects. When we stop rushing to buy replacements, we create homes that feel more grounded, creative, and aligned with simple living. And finally, in the last section called Tiny Daily Routines for a Clutter-Free Life, I want to share the small habits that keep my home calm every single day. It sounds almost too simple, but this tiny routine has kept my home neat without ever feeling overwhelmed or exhausted. I used to clean in big, stressful bursts, waiting until the house felt chaotic, and then forcing myself to spend hours fixing it. It never worked for long, and I always felt drained afterward. Eventually, I realized that maintaining a tidy home is less about deep cleaning and more about consistency. Breaking tasks into small steps makes everything easier and surprisingly calming. For me, it begins with returning items to their proper place right after using them. It might seem minor, but placing the hairbrush back in its drawer or hanging my bag as soon as I get home prevents clutter from building up silently. When things stay where they belong, the space feels lighter and more manageable. I also learned to stop keeping items just in case when I had no real plan for them. Those little maybe later things were exactly what made my closets and drawers explode. Now, if an item doesn't have a clear purpose, I either let it go or donate it. This mindset keeps my home balanced and prevents clutter from sneaking in again. These simple habits show their power in daily moments. Every evening, I take 1 minute to wipe the kitchen counter. It keeps stains from building up and makes mornings feel fresher. I sweep the floor quickly if needed, just enough to remove crumbs or dust. When I buy a new storage box, I follow the one in, one out rule. The old one gets donated or recycled immediately. Before going to bed, I always put my jacket and bag back where they belong, so I don't wake up to visual chaos. A simpler home really begins with small intentional choices, decluttering gently, choosing what matters, and creating spaces that feel calm, warm, and supportive. Every tip we explored today leads toward one goal: making daily life lighter and more effortless. And if you're on this journey toward a simpler, more affordable, and more peaceful lifestyle, know that this channel is here to walk beside you. You are not doing this alone. I'm learning, adjusting, and simplifying right along with you. Right after this video, I truly recommend watching my separate guide on refreshing and reorganizing small spaces for a clutter-free life. It's packed with practical steps and would be such a loss to skip, especially if you want immediate results you can feel today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Share these ideas with your loved ones. Everyone deserves a home that feels easier to breathe in every single day.